Too many videos on Instagram where dudes are getting lit up. You got to have you got to have the ability to knock somebody out if you had to and not do jiu-jitsu. There's many situations where in a real life altercation, getting on the ground is not the best idea. And being able to light someone up, or like 3 dudes, no way you're going to be 3 dudes with jiu-jitsu. You know, and it happens. You see it on videos. It's like a myth. It's like a mythical thing. You can't beat multiple attackers. Yes, you fucking can. Like you could with your striking. If there was 3 dudes and they were starting shit, you're like, okay, I'm gonna knock this motherfucker out first, and then hopefully one dude will start running, and then I'll fucking clean up the second guy, you know, or whatever. But to have your level of striking is important. It's important.
You know what's important? It's important if you think that someone might be hitting you. Like if you think someone, this motherfucker looks like he's gonna swing on me. Like I got a feeling like he's gonna swing on me.
Yeah.
And there's that moment when you're in a heightened sense of danger. If you don't understand space, like that's a real big thing. One of the things about sparring that's really important is that you know when you're safe and when you're not safe. And you like a lot of people don't know. They don't know when they can hit someone, when someone can hit them.
Yeah.
And if someone thinks, if you think someone's gonna hit you and you can't get some space between them, you have to be ready. And you have to understand, like you have to have someone have swung on you before. So as you're seeing shit coming, you got to be able to, oh, his back leg's going. Okay, I see his weight dipping. Oh, the right hand's coming. You know, like you have to know certain patterns. Otherwise, you lock up. That's the scariest thing you ever see in a fight. Is dudes like things start swinging and they just lock up because they don't know where it's coming from. They don't know what's happening. That's the most dangerous. It's almost more important for defense than it is for anything. Because half the time, if you were ever in a fight with someone and they start just swinging at you, if you have good defense, you stand there with your hands up and you wait. You just wait. Let him swing. Let him swing. Keep moving. You wait. You wait. How long are you going to be able to do this? What do you got, 30 seconds? Street fight. That would be like the most terrifying thing in the world. Like if you don't know and you fuck up. He got in some crazy street fight after one of his kickboxing fights recently.
Oh, shit.
In some other country. But a guy like that, first of all, he can fuck you up before you can fuck him up. But second of all, if he decides to just take his time with you, well, you're going to get into this place of doom. This place of doom where you're exhausted and you've been trying to hurt him. So he has everything within his right to crush you. And you know that. And now you're tired.
Yeah. But the one thing that you notice in all these fight videos and scuffles on Instagram is that a lot of times it just seems like you got time to throw a couple punches and you got to get the fuck out. Especially, when it's multiple attackers. Yeah. You got to figure out which dude you're going to hit first. There's going to be another one, and usually that third guy runs. It looks like he's like, oh shit, he's out. But if he stays, damn, it's one-on-one now. You just knocked 2 dudes out. Now it's one-on-one. And if you got Joe Schilling type skills, boom, that's where it all comes in right there.
Yeah. But it's almost better to just have wrestling and boxing in a street fight. You don't really want to kick
That's what
somebody.
Bruce Lee was preaching. After all the shit, after everything, all the kung fu he grew up with, he got to the States and he realized, holy shit, this Wing Chun isn't working on these tall white boys. So he learned really quick.
Like a fight in a street, close quarters. I mean, maybe you could be able to throw a kick. Maybe you could throw a knee.
He said in 1959, he said, a dude who's been wrestling and boxing for 1 year can beat a lifelong martial artist.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true in a lot of ways. If a guy doesn't know takedown defense and a guy doesn't know how to actually box. Dude, I remember when I first started learning boxing and kickboxing from all my years of doing Taekwondo. And I threw punches in Taekwondo, but I had a crazy distorted perception of my ability with my hands. Like I thought I'd be able, I know how to strike. But I didn't know how to strike. I just knew how to do Taekwondo. I was good at that. And when I started kickboxing, dude, I was getting lit up, especially when you're in a ring. You can't go anywhere. Mm-hmm. You're trapped in this ring.
Does Taekwondo have a reverse punch?
Yeah, it's got reverse punch. It's got, it's got all these, it's got hand techniques, but when you fight in tournaments, everything is below the neck for punches. So everything is below here. It's just the body for punches. And you can kick to the head and you can kick to the body. You can't kick to the legs. So all it does is make you really good at kicking. That's what it really does. But the distance is all fucked up. And then I realized that, like, once I started doing kickboxing, like, oh, my distance is so fucked up because when I think I'm safe, I could still get punched in the face. And if they crowd me, they get punched in the face and I can't kick them. Like, my distance is all messed up. And then it's also way easier to punch me than I thought it was. So I had to learn. And in learning, it was fucking super humbling, man. Super humbling. Because I went from being someone who I considered myself like an elite striker. Like, I was on a national level for Taekwondo. I fought in a lot of national tournaments. I fought like a bunch of guys who were really good. And I hung in there with them. I thought I was really good. Just regular kickboxers were beating the fuck out of me. Just beating my ass, dude. Just getting me in the corner, jabbing me, hooking off the jab, right hand. I'm like going, oh no, this is terrible.
Isn't it weird? For sure, Taekwondo's got the best spinning kicks and all that shit.
Yeah,
right?
It's got some really good kicks.
Yeah.
The side kick is the best kick.
For sure.
Best, the best version of the side kicks, the Taekwondo side kick.
Isn't it weird that the heads of the Taekwondo Association, whatever it's called, they can't admit that their hands suck. You know what I mean? They can't admit it. You would think that the heads would say, you know what, shit. Maybe we should add Western boxing to this shit. You know what I mean?
Some of them do, I'm sure. Some of them do. Some
but the heads don't. Like, you would think it's so traditional. Like, they won't change it. It's crystal clear. It's crystal clear.
Yeah.
That the best hands are Western boxing hands. It's crystal clear.
Yeah.
The world knows this. But at the top, like, you don't, like, even in the karate associations or kung fu associations, they won't alter the style, right?
Right. Well, one thing that is interesting is karate at least emphasizes the idea of punching things without gloves on. Because there is a difference. There's a pretty big difference between punching things with gloves on and without gloves on. And one of the things that karate figured out a long time ago is you got to condition your knuckles. Condition your hands and condition your knuckles. They never had that even, I mean, I guess maybe some people had it in Taekwondo, but it was never anything in my organization where they had like a makawara, which is like if you don't know what we're talking about, there's a board with rope wrapped around it, just hard rope, and they just fucking smack, just punch that rope until their knuckles became like
calloused.
My friend John Lee, who I told you about, he was the guy that I saw kick the bag for the first time and bend it in half.
Yeah.
National Taekwondo champion, who's a monster. He had one hand where he only had one knuckle. His first two knuckles were just one. It was one giant knot. It wasn't like my hand looks like with two distinct knuckles. It was just a boulder over
what
there.
Did he do?
All from punching bricks. He would just break bricks with his knuckles, and he would practice.
And it works, so that shit works.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
You get mad arthritis when you get older.
Oh really?
Like,
oh shit!
It is so not good to just beat on a joint until it calluses up like that.
Forget that.
Yeah. I mean, this is what I heard. Maybe that's a fake rumor too. But a lot of those guys that did that, they would practice on makawaras and on bricks and just constantly be punching bricks. And so John had hands where he could like legitimately punch someone very hard and not worry about it with a bare knuckle. Whereas a lot of people, man, your hand is way weak. Just think about what your hand is. Like, move your hand around like this. Think about all these little parts. This is the worst thing you want to hit somebody with. That's why elbows are so much better. Elbows are so much better. Your palm's even better. Yeah. This is crazy. This thing articulates and it moves. This is for piano. It's not for Hulk smash. You know,